Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. This is Salon's Vlog, and I'm back again with more exclusives and explosives. Wherever you are around the globe, you are highly welcome. Dear friend, today, it's been talking, and I've been direct to issues. And I want to continue from where I left in the first two episodes. I will not take much of your time, so let me go straight away because there's so much to talk about, dear friend. This is Salon's Vlog, and I'm happy to be here with you to come your way once again. Like the video, share the video, and if it's your first time, please subscribe to the video. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know where you are watching me from, and if there's anything, let's put our heads together, let's communicate together. This is Salon's Vlog once again. Well. Chelsea supporters trust letter issued to Chelsea FC on the 8th of March 2024. This letter was issued about, almost about 2 weeks ago, or close to 2 weeks. But it was only yesterday that we got to know about it, because it was when the response of the chief executive came out and it was not favorable. That was when it came into the news. This was a private letter written to the owners, Todbole and Egbali. But they, instead of them to answer the letter or respond to the letter, they allowed the chief executive of Chelsea to be the one to respond. And part of that letter that was written by Chelsea Supporters Trust states that supporter mood at its lowest since 1980. Supporter mood, that's the fans, our mood is at its lowest since 1980s. Due to lack of direction, communication from the board, continued lack of engagement with wider fan base could lead to irreversible toxicity. In quotes, could lead to irreversible toxicity. And what would that mean? You can imagine if there is a toxic atmosphere at the stadium. There will be hostile situation against the owners, against the players. Any significant pound increase to supporters would be unwise. Those are the main issues that the Chelsea Supporters Trust indicated in their letter to the owners of the club. And the response that came from the owners, you'll be amazed. Or from the chief executive, he only addressed the ticket pricing issue, leaving out the communication aspect. Well, right now as it stands, we can only hope. The Chelsea Supporters Trust, unless the situation improves, this is what they are saying. They said, unless the situation improves, this seems likely to manifest itself in more targeted chanting. Unless the situation improves, this seems likely to manifest itself in more targeted chanting. Chanting where? At the stadium. Especially at televised games. And quite possibly more organized, overt, and impactful forms of protest by sections of the fan base. This is the information they are giving to the owners. When all the televisions are on, the fans will be on their feet. They'll be chanting against the owners, against the players, so that it will go worldwide. They will be organized, there will be an organized, overt, and impactful forms of protest by sections of the fan base. These are the warnings they give to the Chelsea owners. It is up to them to take it and act on it or leave it. Dear friend, quickly, we move to some other news which are very important equally. Now let's get back to the playing field. Yes, and I want to start with Conor Gallagher, Mudryk, and the number 10 role. The number 10 rule. What do you see, or what do you think about Kopama playing the number 10 role? Judging from our last game, well, in my opinion, We have tried Conor Gallagher, Cole Palmer, Mudryk as our number 10 so far. We tried all these three as our number 10 so far. All of them have their specific attributes. Gallagher playing at number 10 can lead our pressing games, has unlimited energy, and does have a long-range shot in him. Yeah, that's Gallagher. As he has shown during the clutch moments where he lacks a bit is creativity, where Gallagher lacks a little bit is creativity. Though, as he probably lacks the final ball against low blocks. The final ball against low blocks. He also doesn't like to carry the ball and is rather more into short passes. But other than that, he's a top-notch, never stop working, and always gives more than 100% there at that number 10 role. He's a top-notch, never stop working, and always gives more than 100% in that number 10 role. That is Conor Gallagher. We move to Cole Palmer. I believe could be molded into number 10. I believe Cole Palmer could be molded into number 10 because he's not a typical number 10. But I believe he could be molded into a number 10. But why would you want to change his position from a right winger to number 10? When he's doing so well on the right wing, why? He could be molded into number 10, but why would you like to do it when he's doing so well on the right wing? Moreover, he also likes to cut in on his left foot in the half spaces and shoot from there. Or find a teammate that's opening up the low blocks in the process. Yeah. I believe Cole Palmer should be left alone on the right wing. Incredible talent, dear friend. He is an incredible talent. He is a joy to watch on that right wing. Now, moving on to Mudryk. I think it's only been a couple of games, but anyone can realize by now that the Ukrainian prefers to play centrally instead of haggling the touchline. He preferred to play in the number 10 role instead of the touchline, that is the left wing. You could see it clearly in the last 3 games he played. Mudryk has got a lot of attributes. He is quicker than lightning. He is quicker than lightning. Got the arrogance in him that you need to try impossible passes. And sometimes, as an opposition, all you can do is foul him to stop him in his tracks because he's so fast. As an opposition, all you can do is to try to stop him by fouling him. Not to mention the dribbling and the powerful shot he can unleash anytime. Not that he shoots much for whatever reasons. Where Mudryk lacks is his off-the-ball stuff. His off-the-ball. That is his weakness. He is not as good a presser as Gallagher. Not even close. And Port probably feels more safe and solid with Gallagher because he knows what he's going to get from him. Nevertheless, if Mudryk either develops his defensive games or keeps getting better with the ball so that you can ignore the defensive side, like Hazard, he can be a regular option there as number 10. Which brings me to Caney Chukwuemeka. If you remember, Caney was our first choice number 10 at the start of the season. If you remember, he was our first choice number 10 at the start of the season. Why? Because his one-touch game, ball carrying ability, and off-the-ball movement is superb. His off-the-ball movement is what? Superb. He's got all the good attributes of Gallagher and Mudryk, plus he doesn't have the defensive issues. Obviously, he's not as good as a presser as Conor Gallagher, but no one is. No one is. So that's why he can be your number or your ideal number 10 under Poch going forward. You may argue that Mudryk is more possessive in that number 10 role. Mudryk has the speed to carry the ball along, but when it comes to the defensive work, he's not there. So I'm of the opinion that Chukwuemeka can be better off. Well, let me hear from you also in the comment section, dear friend. That goal against West Ham at the start of the season and the one against Leicester just proves what you are going to get from him once he gets a run of games at that position, alongside creative guys like Kopama, Jackson, Nkuku, and builds up the chemistry required to succeed weekly. Dear friend, before I conclude, let me put it out clearly. Caney has also got the footballing sense to play your tiki-taka or a one-touch counter attacking game, depending upon the need of the manager. Thus, you don't need to adjust your tactics as per his requirements. It will be interesting to see how Poch moves forward if we are injury-free, since the talent we have is incredible. It's just about consistency now. Dear friend, that is my take for this moment. There is still more to cover, but let me leave you here. I shall be back with more exclusives. It's all about Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. I shall be back. See you when you see me. Shalom and peace.